Hi everyone, welcome to another live slow game. In this game I'm playing, his rating says 1833, but he never plays standard. His name is Deepak Aaron. He's USCF ratings about 2430. His FIDE rating is 2340 or something. So he's basically an FM. He just says he didn't want to pay for the title, which makes a lot of sense. Obviously I've been not doing so well lately in the long games. I haven't won a game yet. But hopefully we can turn things around here. So we're playing some Joko piano. Again, I'm just kind of learning E4, E5, getting the hang of these lines. But I don't know if he's going to go D3 or D4. D4 is the more aggressive choice. D3 is kind of more peaceful way of playing. Okay, he plays the sharper lines. Interesting. You know, because this is one forced draw variation. I wonder. Whatever. I'm gonna take it. Um, we'll see what happens. Usually they take back, and then I guess I go bishop to b4. What am I confused about here? d5 is the move, right? You know, I just sort of studied this today. Okay. I forgot about this line. Let me just make sure I don't blunder all my pieces right away, though. I'm pretty sure d5. Hold on. I'm just being careful, because... Let me see. So, I'm going back a move, just to make sure I did everything right. c3, knight f6, d4 take, e5. Yeah, it's got to be d5. And then bishop b5, knight e4, pawn takes pawn, bishop b6 is what I remember. I don't remember all the ideas exactly. If d5, pawn takes knight, pawn takes bishop, pawn takes pawn, rook g8. For some reason, it's okay. Although it looks like scary. Well, I don't know what else to do, right? Bishop e2 is like a new move. If I'm not mistaken, I'm so terrified that I'm just playing the wrong moves, but I'm not. I know this is the move. Okay, this is like the older line, which is not considered... I think it's not as in vogue as bishop e2. I used to know this line so unbelievably well back when I was studying. I haven't kind of brushed up on it, but I used to know some sick ideas in this line. Let's see if I can remember them. There's been some good players playing bishop e2 instead of bishop b5, with the reason that black eventually goes bishop g4. And when bishop g4 happens, it's nice to have the bishop on e2. I remember we don't check, we just go back to b6. Now they can go h3 to stop bishop g4. I can't remember if we do it before castling. I sort of feel like we do. I remember some weird ideas like knight a5 and c6 and knight c4. And this move I've never seen. So he's probably threatening to win a piece. Huh. Alright, what is the deal with this move? He's definitely threatening to win a piece. I mean, I could go a5, I could go a6. I can't figure out which is best. I could go bishop a5. I could go... No, I was thinking about bishop g4, but it doesn't work, I think. Let me look at it just for fun. Bishop g4. Bishop takes knight, pawn takes a5. Bishop f3, pawn f3. Queen h4. See, it's interesting. I'm threatening queen f2 mate, but I think he can just go bishop e3 there. And I don't see the point. I mean, the other possibility is knight f2 instead of queen h4. And after king takes, queen h4 check. King moves, bishop takes d4. And his king's running around a little bit. I have some compensation, it looks like. But that seems really irresponsible to do that. It's just gonna sack a piece right now. I'm gonna look at it one more. Oh no, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna maybe a6, maybe a5. I can't figure out which one I like better. I'll go a5, I guess, because then if he takes my knight ever, I get my bishop to a6. Yeah, I've just never seen this move. I mean, I do own the b4 square now. It's useful. Like if he doesn't take my knight, I can castle, go knight b4 someday. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I remember when I studied these lines, I kind of thought this bishop b5 line was really nothing for white. Didn't really have to worry about it too much, so it was a line. Bishop e2 looks a little more precise these days. It's taken off in the last 2 years or so. Everyone used to play bishop b5, and now they're kind of... I think it's going back in... Like, most people are playing bishop e2, but it's still close. I'm just studying this recently, so... That is why I know these stats. Excuse me. So I guess I played a new move because he's thinking. Deep in thought here. Just going to try to relax this game. I mean, I have a half point out of 5 in this silly tournament. But my last 3 games are against the lowest 3 rated players in the tournament. They're all strong. They're all 2400s. USCF, they're all 2300 plus FIDE. But, you know, I should have decent chances, let's just say. So I'm just going to relax, do my best. Hopefully get a win or 2 under my belt so I can stop losing every game for you guys. He's still thinking, so I don't know, man. It's just the opening. I'm going to pause the video while we wait for him to move because there's not much more to say at this point. And when he's done moving, I will unpause it. Alright, we're back. He played the move h3. Typical idea, stopping bishop to g4. I'm probably not going to waste some time here. I'm just going to castle. Let's not, you know, we've had some time trouble issues, so let's just make the natural move. Maybe I should just try and go really fast this game and just refuse to get in time trouble. It's easier when you're playing a low-rated player because you have like a little more confidence. Although, you know, he's very strong. He's been having really good results lately. I think he's like 19, 20 years old. I forget exactly. I'm going to look up his stats right now. So he castled. Now, a typical move in this type of line is f6. Because otherwise there's not much. Well, I can go knight b4 and c6, and that looks fine for me. The thing about knight b4, though, when he goes knight c3, and I take, and he takes, my knight doesn't have too many great places to go. The f6, I know, is the standard thing to do. I'm just not sure how great it is. Should I go bishop d7 at all? Let's say knight b4, knight c3, c6, bishop e2. I mean, this position should be not so bad for me also. Like, I can just go bishop f5 there. I mean, I think it's alright for me. And then maybe later go f6 if pieces are all developed. I'll probably just do it. Again, I don't want to like spend too much time. I'm just gonna make it's just a positional judgment. It's hard to figure out exactly the best move. I'm trying to play a little more relaxed. I mean, it's not a really rated tournament. I feel like the last few games I just get a little nervous. I spend too much time. All right. So what is he going to do? I mean, knight c3 is pretty normal, and then c6, bishop e2 looks normal, and then I was just going to go bishop f5, and position seems okay to me. Like, why should this be so bad for me? I have this knight on b4. It's pretty well posted. The only downside is when he puts his knight on c3, it's hard for me to take. But again, I'm just trying to just chill out this game. It's hard, man. I've never had a result like this. I mean, I know it's a fake internet tournament, but I've never had like a horrible tournament before. Ever in like my life. Like I've played in round robins where people have like totally tanked, but it was never me. So I feel like that's sort of what's happening here, and it's interesting psychologically. You start to lose some confidence, even though like a lot of the games have just been kind of ridiculous. Like, I mean, two of the games I lost, like one of them was completely stupid. The other one was also kind of dumb. They've all been tight. You know, it could easily have gone the other way. So it's important to just relax, have confidence. I mean, regardless of my record, I know the last three opponents, I am stronger at chess than them at the moment. I have a higher rating by far, like 100 points on all of them. So, you know, they're very good, they're very dangerous, young, talented players, but, you know, I should have some confidence. But it's tough, man. Half out of 5 is a pretty sick low score. Very, very unimpressive result. Half point out of 5. I'm trying to find his age right now. Alright, I find it. I'm going to put it on the screen. He's 19 years old, 2439 USCF. So, you know, senior master, very strong player. And I know he has some really good results lately. You know, I'm going to put this on screen for you guys to see. Just 1 second. Excuse me. So he's actually up to 2448 unofficially. When you click on his name, it will show his latest tournaments. And I just know he's been... Oh, he lost some points here, but like, here's one where he gained 20 points. The Marshall Chess Club Championship. He lost to Sergey Kudrin. He beat 21 and 25 and 20. So he beat Kumar, 21. Alright, so a bunch of masters, basically. I want to see if he beat anyone real good. He beat 8 and 30. He beat two 2400s, and then he drew 3 and 1. So he drew Robert Hess, and then he drew Lenderman. So, I mean, clearly he's a very solid player. So this is an interesting move, because I can take that. The question is, should I? I kind of want to take and go bishop f5. Or just bishop f5 right away. It's hard for me to figure out. Like, my knight on b4 looks good. I'm just trying to determine exactly how good it is, really. If I take and he takes, I go bishop f5. We'll probably go like queen e2 or queen e3 or something. Queen e3 looks a little awkward. Queen e2 looks a little more normal. And then I would go f6, I guess. It seems like... Oh, f6, he has knight h4. Well, then I can go pawn takes e5, probably. Knight f5, rook f5, knight e4. I mean, it should somehow be good for me. Oh, but the other possibility is just bishop f5 immediately. He'd probably... I mean, I'm threatening knight takes bishop then, so he's got to be a little careful. If bishop f5, bishop takes e4, pawn e4 is good for me. He'd probably go bishop b1 after bishop f5, and then maybe f6. And he has knight h4 again, like we talked about earlier. Pawn takes e5, knight f5, rook f5, knight e4, pawn e4, bishop e4. I mean, I could probably just move my rook back there. I have to calculate. Alright, bishop f5, bishop b1. No, I don't have to go f6. That is for sure. But, like, what is my other plan? It's hard to say. Bishop f5, bishop b1, f6. I don't know, man. I feel like I should just take the stupid bishop. Like, how strong is my knight on b4, really? I'm gonna calculate one line real quick. Knight to d3, queen d3, bishop f5, queen e2, f6, knight h4, pawn takes e5, knight f5, rook f5, knight takes e4, pawn e4, if queen e4, I mean just queen f6 or something has to be fine for me. All right, I'm just going to take it. I'm going to assume that this is okay for me. Blitz a move out for once in my life. Gotta, again. Oh, we're playing with a 15-second increment this game instead of a 10-second increment. In the past games, I've always used 10-second increment, so that's a little bit of a change. That means the time scrambles are a little less crazy. Let's see what he did in his last tournament to lose 13 rating points. I played him before in a tournament, by the way, and I beat him in like really, really easy. But it was like 2 years ago. He's obviously much stronger now. But I beat him like, I don't know, it was like 15 moves or something. It was very, very short game. He just didn't play very well. So he drew some GM in round 1. He lost then to Sam Shankland. Who else? He lost to 37 and 62 and 36. 36 and 37 were 2200, 2600. And then he lost to 62, another 2200. So that's why he lost some points. But he also drew another 20. He drew like two GMs. 75. It's not somebody too high rated. Whoa, Irina Crush lost 3 in a row. 5, 10, 28. What's that? What's that all about? She lost to 2400, 2500, and then 2700. So, I mean, it's not too embarrassing. Anyway, back to the game. I'm just kind of showing you who this kid is. He's, you know, a strong young player. And let's see, he already beat Dmitry Schneider. I know that. That's the guy I drew earlier. He beat him in this tournament. And he drew somebody else. So he's doing good. He's 1.5 out of 2. Again, we're just all playing at our own pace in this tournament, so it's like, that's why I've played 5 games and he's played only 2. Anyway, we're waiting for him to move. He's going to move his queen somewhere, so I'm going to pause the video until that happens. See you guys in a bit. Alright, unsurprisingly, he played queen to e2. And now my plan was f6. Let's look further. I mean, f6, knight h4, we calculated this. Yeah, honestly, it looked pretty good to me. I'm sure it's good. There's no way that's bad for me. I'm just going to go f6. I'm sure it's good if he goes knight h4 is what I mean. I don't know for sure that the position is good for me. f6, knight, bishop e3 seems like typical move. And if pawn takes e5, knight e5, maybe queen f6, maybe queen f6. I don't know. The position seems alright for him. It's annoying I couldn't get bishop g4 in like you usually do in this line. Let me just make sure f6 is good. Because he's going to get this square in e5, which is kind of annoying. I don't know what else to do, honestly. So just like by default, I'm going to play bishop f6, because otherwise I'm just going to be aimlessly moving around with no plan. That doesn't seem like fun, so let's just go f6. I'm expecting bishop to e3. Looks kind of normal. And after pawn takes pawn, knight takes. I don't see any weird tactics for me there, unfortunately. I would just go like queen f6 probably, and then rook e8. Just kind of play that position. You know, I always have some pressure on his d4 pawn, so it feels like it should be okay for me. I can once his e pawn's gone too, I can go knight d6. If he goes bishop e3, pawn takes. It somehow feels awkward to me. I don't think he'll do that. I can go like bishop c7, and the e pawn seems a little stranded over there. Like I might win it someday, or it's like a weakness of some sort. I might have d4 also. Probably not, though. After pawn takes e5. Pawn takes e5. I'm just chilling out. These are just normal kind of moves in this position that I know from studying the line, so I'm just basically playing them. I don't see anything too wrong with it. It's just usually in this line you get to go bishop g4 and trade the bishop for the knight, or at least restrict the knight's movement so that after f6 and when we take on e5, he can't just go knight takes so easily. Now he can. It just feels like a bit of a trade-off. Like he gets a good square on e5 for his knight, but his d4 pawn's a bit weak and isolated. It reminds me of a recent game between Hare Krishna and Aronian. It was an endgame, but it was a similar situation. I didn't even look at that move. What's the deal? So he wants to go bishop takes e5. All right, let's think about some aggressive moves like g5 and g4. It looks crazy though. g5 just looks crazy. I don't think I'm gonna do that. I'm probably just gonna go pawn takes pawn, and then after bishop takes, maybe queen e8, maybe I don't know, maybe queen e8 immediately. And if he goes pawn takes pawn, I have knight c3, queen e8, rook e8, pawn takes c3. Looks okay for me. No, I don't like it. Whenever I go knight takes c3 and he goes pawn takes, he can maybe use the b file in some positions. Bishop c7 is an option too. Just keep him a little tied down for a moment. But I like the pressure I have on d4, honestly. Knight g5 is I don't know, it doesn't feel good. Pawn takes pawn, bishop takes pawn. I mean, he gets the e5 square, but I kind of don't know how much I care. I mean, pawn takes, bishop takes, queen e7, with the idea of rook a to e8, and just kind of slowly move around, move around this position. I mean, it should be okay for me. Again, because this d pawn's a bit weak. It's hard, you know, it's isolated. If pawn takes, if he goes pawn takes, I can take on h3 with my bishop, and my rook on f8 will be uncovering against his bishop on f4. So pawn takes, he has to go bishop takes. Has no choice. I'm looking at weird moves like bishop h3. They do not seem to work at all, but I look at them anyway. The thing is, pawn takes, bishop takes. I wanted to go queen e8 to h5. I'm just concerned about knight h4 there. I mean, it's something, I can still think about it, but it's like a little concerning. Let's just take it, man. Again, I don't want to waste all my time. If I'm making a mistake, then oh well. But I think I'm going to go after bishop takes, queen e7. Looks like the normal thing to do. Huh. Another possibility is like bishop g6 to h5 sometime, but that looks a little awkward. So I'm pretty sure I'm just going to go queen e7. Should I just do it right away? Should I think? I'm going to think a little bit. Yeah, just queen e7, bring my pieces into the game. Queen f5 is an interesting move too, because it would threaten bishop h3 perhaps. So I'm just going to do this. I don't see anything horribly wrong with it. No tactics, no problems for now. Probably just rook e8 next move, and position looks alright. Queen b4 is also a possibility in some positions. But I think rook e8 is like the logical next move. Just put your rook in the middle of the board. You never know when it could be useful. I think I'm fine, honestly. I think my position is alright. I got nothing much to worry about. And now we're just kind of playing chess. Just like, you know, just playing normal chess moves. And I mean, I don't know whether I'm better or not. I don't think he's better. And I don't think it matters. Just play the best moves you can. I mean, it is nice to have an opinion on who's better because it helps you determine whether you should go for certain trades or certain endgames or draw offers or whatever. But for the most part, I think my position's fine. I like that this b4 square, that I can use it, yet he can't use the b5 square. The plus side he has is this e5 outpost. I'm just not sure it's like that significant. We'll see. He could go knight takes e4. I probably have to go bishop takes. I mean, I don't have to, but like if knight takes e4, pawn takes, knight d2, it's like a little annoying. Although maybe I have the move rook d8 there, and I get to put pressure on d4. So, oh, he has queen c4 check, king h8. I don't know. I don't know what he's gonna do. I kind of want to give my mind a rest. Oh, he moved, so I have to think. So he played this move. Bishop takes looks kind of normal, and it's one of these situations where he has the e5 square, but I don't have the e4 square because he can kick me away with f3 and also with knight to d2. But I'm not so sure that I'm concerned about all of this. Bishop takes is the most standard move. I'm just looking at pawn takes for, I don't know, completion's sake, but I think I should just take with bishop. He'll probably go knight d2. And then I was going to just move my bishop away to probably g6 so that I still have the open f file. And someday he could then go f4, but then I do own the e4 square, so it's tricky. A lot of squares in play here. Plays the natural move. Bishop f5 seems strange. I'm just going to go bishop g6. Don't see any tactics for him. Oh, you know, I'm threatening bishop takes d4. Hold up. What if bishop g2, king g2, bishop d4? It's interesting, at least. It's definitely interesting. Huh. So if knight f3 there, I can take on f3 with the rook, like worst case scenario. And after like queen takes, I mean, I have two pawns for the exchange. It should be pretty solid, and his king's like weak. Definitely got to look at this bishop g2 move. Oh, I notice he has f4 at the end. That ruins it, I think. Yeah, I mean, yeah, bishop g2, king g2, bishop d4, f4. And I can take on b2, but it's like, why am I giving away 3 pawns for the piece? It doesn't seem great to me. I'm just gonna go bishop g6, and he'll probably go like rook e1, rook d1 or something. Let me just make sure though. Do I have anything like more incisive? Because I do have threats. After I move the bishop away, I'm threatening bishop to d4. So let's see, is there like some way to take advantage of that more? Because actually it's like a little awkward for him. Like, what does he do? Rook e1 maybe? But then I go rook e8. It's like his queen is a little awkwardly posted on e2. Well, alright, I'm gonna just go back. If I missed a win, so be it. Trying to manage my time a little better, but I just didn't see. I didn't see a good follow-up after f4. I mean, maybe the position with 3 pawns for a piece was okay for me, but that's probably at the most it's okay. And for me, it looked like maybe it's worse for me. My gut told me it was like a bit worse for me, that position. Hence, I didn't really want to go for it. Even if it was equal, though, it's like, why make that change in the position right now? It doesn't seem necessary at all. Knight f3 seems weird, like bishop h5 probably. Entice, like almost forces g4. So I'd probably do that. Make him open up his king. I think he'll go rook e1. One of his rooks to e1. I'm not sure which one. And then I'll put my rook on e8. And, you know, he has to figure out a way to deal with this, like, somewhat unpleasant pin. I mean, queen g4 is one way. It's like a little awkward, though. I can go, like, bishop f5, queen b4. I mean, queen g4, I'll probably start with... A queen b4 attacks the b pawn and the knight. Like, that's a little annoying. But I'll probably start with rook e8. Just to keep the queen out of e6. Excuse me. I don't know. We'll see what he does. I'm going to pause while he figures out what to do here. But again, I have this bishop takes d4 threat. He's working on figuring out how to deal with it right now. Well, we're back. He played rook f to e1. Kind of expected. Yeah, I mean, rook e8 looks pretty normal here. Keep the pin going. Just making sure there's no tricks, but okay. I don't see any tricks that I could have here. So we're up on time, which is nice. We've been moving quickly this game. A nice little divergence from our recent experiences. Queen g4, queen, I don't know, like queen d1 maybe, but like then queen b4. Queen g4 looks like the most typical idea here. And then queen b4 is looking definitely annoying. I don't know that it's good. Like maybe he can just, maybe I can't take on b2. Oh no, rook b1's never possible because my bishop defends that square. Somehow I always forget. He always has moves like queen d7, threatening, like if my queen, if he goes queen g4, and I go like queen b4, queen d7 threatens g7 checkmate. So it's like a serious move to keep an eye on. I mean, I like queen g4. I could always go queen f7. It's like a little safer, threatening e2, or sorry, f2, and threatening like bishop h5. Safer than queen b4. We'll see. I mean, I do think queen g4 is the most logical move here. We'll see if he does it. I mean, queen b4, though, after queen g4. Like, see, first to note, important to note is that queen g4, queen b4, queen d7, rook e7 looks okay to me. I don't see a problem there. I mean, I guess you can maybe go queen to d6 then. But then I can go rook takes e5. And that should win some material. Actually, you know what? Queen b4, queen g4, queen b4, queen d7. I can go rook e5 right away, and then queen takes d2. So this move I didn't think about. Interesting. Well, I definitely got to look at the move queen takes e5. It's certainly playable. I think he can just go pawn takes, and after bishop e3, rook e3. I don't know that I've gained too much there. Actually, maybe I have, because d4 is playable. Queen b4, though, looks sort of really annoying, because I'm threatening rook e5. And I'm sort of... Queen b4 looks like a huge pain in his ass, I gotta be honest. Like... Maybe he can go queen c3 or something. I feel like there's maybe tactics. Maybe tactics. Rook takes e5 there. Maybe. Now, queen b4, queen c3, rook e5. If queen b4, rook e1 wins. If pawn e5, bishop f2 wins. So he has to go rook e5. Then I go queen f2. That looks good for me. That looks good for me. Queen b4, queen c3, rook e5 looks good. So, I mean, I feel comfortable about that, at least. Queen b4 just looks like the right move. I think I'm going to do it. And like if knight f3, I can probably just take on b2. and be up a pawn. I don't, because he can't go rook b1. It's a big deal. And it's easy to miss queen c3, rook e5. Let me calculate that one more time. Queen b4, queen c3, rook takes e5. Rook takes e5. Now I can go bishop takes d4 or queen takes d4. It's hard for me to figure out which one I like better. It might barely matter, but maybe bishop d4. I mean, the thing is, I'm getting like so many pawns for the exchange. I think I'm getting 3 pawns, or maybe just 2. That changes things. Queen b4, queen c3. Trying to make this work. Trying to make some tactics work here, man. Queen b4, queen c3, rook e5, rook e5. Now what? Let's say queen takes d4. I think his only legitimate move there is queen takes queen. Otherwise, I kind of take a lot of things. And then I go bishop takes queen. Now he has to figure out what to do. If he goes like rook e7, rook f2 looks pretty damn strong. So I think, but the thing is, if rook e2, bishop d3, just looks good. All right, I'm gonna go queen b4. I don't know, maybe he has some other defensive move, but this like, and the idea is I'm actually sort of threatening. I'm threatening rook e5 anyway, or I'm just gonna do it. Only live once, right? I mean, queen c3 is the one move that would make me feel stupid if it was good, but I don't think it is good. I think it looks like real big trouble for him if he goes queen c3. So other than that, I don't see a like easy move to make because I'm threatening rook e5 followed by taking on d2, which is just hopeless for him if he lets me do that. And if knight f3, yeah, I can probably just take on b2 and be up a pawn with a good position, I think. So I'm feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good. I kind of hope he goes queen c3 because I think it might be just really strong. This rook takes e5 move. My cat is meowing, if you aren't able to hear that. He's out in the hall meowing. Oh boy. Anyway, we are still waiting on a move. Nice to see during the game, my Victor Shen is taunting me on Facebook about our game from weeks ago. I don't know why he thinks now is, why suddenly it's happening right now. But I get a message from him that says, "Hi, Greg was analyzing our Titanic battle. Probably going to publish the analysis in New in Chess. Do you have any comments you'd like to add?" I do have some comments, but if there's any children watching this game, I can't really say them on air. So, but it's brutal. Brutal that I lost that stupid, stupid game. Unbelievable, right? My cat won't stop meowing. If you can hear it. Fortunately, it's a slow game. Like in a blitz game, it distracts the hell out of me. But hey, I got all this time in the world, so I can just, suck it up, be distracted for a minute, and then focus again. But I don't know what he's going to do here. We're going to pause this, and I'll come back to you when he's moved. All right, everyone. So Queen C3 has indeed been played. And we kind of saw this coming. I'm getting hungry. Kind of want to eat something right now because I don't want to make a bad decision. So I'm going to go grab something to eat. I'll be right back. One moment. Hi everyone, I'm back. Again, like, it's tough on an empty stomach. Sometimes it's hard to calculate well. Just get distracted easily. So rook e5. Rook e5 is absolutely forced. Oh, I'm eating a banana. I know it's very rude, but it's a long game, man. Forgive me. Rook e5, rook e5. Bishop d4, I think. Only move, queen takes queen. Sorry, not bishop d4, but it's possible. Maybe I'll do it. Forces his hand a little more. Queen takes queen, pawn takes queen. Next move, rook f2 is coming. What the hell are you going to do, right? What the heck is he going to do? I think I'm virtually winning after rook e5, honestly. Just going to do it. Enough screwing around. I just played the stupid move. I'm going to pause the video while I eat my banana. Oh, he made a move, interrupting my banana eating. Alright, so I can go queen d4, I can go bishop d4. I can't figure out which is more crushing. I think they're both pretty strong. I don't know. Why wouldn't I go bishop takes? I don't see a reason not to. I mean, I feel like his position's just lost. Like, queen takes queen, pawn takes. And if rook e2... Okay, first of all, I can go bishop takes b2, and I have this b pawn that's like a monster. But also bishop d3 looks winning. The position just looks hopeless to me. Alright, I'm just going to go bishop takes d4. Yeah, let's do it. Banana pause. Alright, I'm back. I'm done with my banana. I also have an orange in case I need it. I'm not going to take on f2. I want to take with the rook. So it opens up discoveries. I do notice something though. I totally didn't see it before, that he has knight b3 there. It's annoying. It doesn't, like, it makes it so I'm less winning than it. Oh no, because he has to put his rook somewhere safe. All right, let's just go pawn takes queen. I don't know why the hell I'm thinking. Because you know the b2 pawn is really strong if I can win that. But everything's good. I mean, his position is really bad. It's a very bad position. Should I throw out this banana, or should I just stay here and have a banana peel in front of me while I'm playing? I'm gonna throw out the banana. I'll be right back. Oh, I am back, guys. Again, sorry for the unprofessionalism. It's just like, it's hard playing a long chess game. It's tough, man. I can't just sit here and just talk the whole time. The key thing is doing the best I can to win, and sometimes it means I gotta eat a banana or an orange or whatever. Take a break on their move and rest my brain. Rook e2, so I mean bishop d3 is a standard move. I mean, it looks pretty good. What the hell does he do? I have no idea what he does after bishop d3. I mean, was he gonna... Maybe he's gonna go knight knight b3? Maybe. I mean, it's horrible for him still, but he doesn't have to, like, instantly resign, at least. I could also take on b2, which is, like, nearly winning. I mean, it's definitely a winning position. It's just, like... I mean, he won't resign, but I have just an overwhelming advantage with my passed pawns. So we gotta figure, like, see, bishop d3, he's only, like, if he moves the rook to e7 or e6, e6, I guess, is playable. And then after rook f2, knight b3, whatever, though. I just move my bishop away, or I go, even bishop takes b2. Oh, no, not bishop takes b2. Sorry. Oh, rook f1. Holy crap. It's just game over. I didn't see it for some reason. So, I mean, I think after bishop d3, he's going to go knight to b3. I'll take on e2. He'll go knight takes d4. And the question I have to ask is just exactly how winning is this? Is it, like, completely game over winning? Or is it, like, requiring some technique still? It's probably, like, crushing, man. I got these passed pawns on the queen side that are just super strong. Huh. It's just the thing is bishop b2 looks like unbelievably strong as well. Like, it's very hard for him to defend this mass of pawns coming his way. Like, how the hell is it going to happen? Like, bishop b2, rook e1, bishop c3. Like, I'm going to go c5, c4, b3, and just, like, total annihilation. I mean, there's no way he can defend. And if bishop b2, rook d1, I go bishop c2, and then I take the a pawn. And, I mean, it's just over. And if bishop b2, rook a2, bishop c3 again, I guess. Because it's funny, if he goes knight b3, then I can even go bishop b1 and win the exchange. So I actually think bishop d3, wow, it looks like the obvious move. I think knight b3 gives him slightly more chances to defend. I mean, I get the exchange back, but I think the pawn is worth more than the exchange here, and I still have two bishops. Yeah, bishop d3, knight b3, it's like... Because if I move the bishop back then to like a7, he goes rook d2. I mean, okay, I'm still doing really well probably after like, I don't know, bishop c4 or something, but it's a little less convincing. I'm just going to take this. This looks too strong, man. These pawns are just too strong. I mean, two bishops are worth just as much as a rook and a knight in a lot of positions. And I think this is one of those positions. And I have two pawns to boot, and they're like unbelievable pass pawns. Like, my pawn is, I mean, look, B, C, D all connected. Three connected pass pawns. They're about to get rammed down his throat. His two bishops control all of the queening squares. So, I mean, it's just a hopeless position. I'm so happy I'm probably going to win a game. It's amazing. I say probably because, you know, I want to keep some humble attitude after my previous losses. But I can't imagine not winning this. It's too much. I mean, it's really unfair, too, that rook a2, bishop c3, knight b3 loses to bishop b1. I mean, that's like, it's kind of cruel, right? Cruel and unusual. I'm just going to go here. I don't even want to think too hard anymore. It's like, I mean, d4, d3 is also coming. Like, there's just no defense to this position. c4, c5, c5 and c4 is coming. I'm eating an orange now, by the way. I don't know, like, I have so many good moves. Yeah, position's just lost. I'm gonna win a game! I'm so happy. I'm gonna celebrate before the game is over. Alright, didn't think about that move, but it's not gonna help. Let's figure out the most accurate thing to do here. I mean, everything's good. Like bishop takes knight and well, I shouldn't go bishop takes knight and b3, obviously. Hold on a second. I actually think rook b8, as cold-blooded as it looks, might be a good move. Oh, then he has knight b3 for real though, because I can't win the exchange anymore. Let's say I go c4. He goes rook b7. I go c. I'm sorry, I meant c5. He goes rook b7. I go c4. Like, what the hell is he gonna do about this? Nothing. I think it's just over. But you know, let's try our best. Use the best technique possible. If we can avoid him winning the b pawn, that would be nice. What if I go d4? He takes on b7. Does bishop f7 win anything? Almost. Yeah, it does. It does. It's bad luck for him. Maybe d4 is the move I want to play then. The idea of bishop f7. And if he moves his knight, God, it's just so winning though. It's like so many good moves. Yeah, d4. The idea is rook b7, bishop f7, and what's he gonna do? But still, I feel like it still feels a little awkward to do that. See, if I go c5 and he takes on b7, he does get the past a pawn, which is like slightly annoying at least. Let me think. If I don't win this game, I'm killing myself. Rook b8, what was my problem? Knight b3, I think? I mean, the position's still crushing, but I don't like that he's blockading my pawns there. If b6, rook e6, I guess, is annoying. c5, rook b7, c4, a5, b3. You know, at some point he might, like, sack the knight, and then if he has a passed a pawn, it's kind of annoying. So I don't know. I mean, rook b8, knight b3. Rook b8 is like so passive, right? Although I'm sure it's still very good for me. Maybe b6, rook e6. I can go like rook to c8. Hmm. It's tough technique. You gotta figure out like the best way to do it, and so many choices. Hard to choose sometimes. Let me think. I mean, rook e8 is pretty strong. Because if he takes a b pawn, I go rook e2. Obviously, I'm winning there, but no, I don't like the a5 pawn. That annoys me. I don't want to deal with this a5 pawn. Let's remember that. I prefer for that not to be a thing. I kind of want to go b6 for some reason. It's hard to explain. I don't know. I'm going to go b6, I think. If he goes rook b8, then what? I have rook e8. I meant rook b7, of course. I don't know why I'm saying rook e8. The point is, after b6, if rook b7, and he takes on b6, I have bishop d4. Getting confused, getting confused. What's up with d4, rook b7, bishop f7? I didn't see any move other than rook takes. What's wrong with d4? Why don't I just play it? It just like it looks a little annoying. I'm just gonna do it, man. Let me just calculate again. d4, rook b7, bishop f7, rook c2, d3. Looks pretty winning. Alright, whatever. I didn't even think it was going to be this close. I mean, I did see this rook e7 move for some reason. So, like, you know, he gets counterplay. He gets to pass a pawn. I don't like when... I didn't want him to get any counterplay. So now it's like something could theoretically go wrong. But bishop f7 is a strong threat. And I don't think he can, like, sack the exchange or anything there. I mean, he can, but I just don't... I mean, I should be winning. I'm up a pawn and I have 3 passed pawns. His knight can maybe blockade them decently well, but how long can that blockade really last? I don't think it can last that long. Like rook b7, bishop f7, king takes f7, knight b3, king e6 to d5 or something. Like the king's coming in. I could probably sack my rook for the a pawn and still be winning there. That's my last bite of orange. We'll see what he comes up with. You should never rest easy though. Like I made a mistake when I thought the game was already won. You never want to do that against good players. I mean, I've saved a lot of games. I've blown games, and it often coincides with that moment where you're like, I've won, but the game's still in progress. So, you know, I mean, unless you're like up a piece for nothing. Like, okay, I'm up a material. I have these passed pawns, but I'm not up a material. That's what I mean. Like, he has rooks still. Who knows? He has a passed a pawn potentially. Whenever they have any counterplay, you should never get too cocky. We'll see what he finds here. I mean, it's tough. It's tough for him because bishop f7 is really strong, and I don't see a legitimate. I don't see a legitimate move to stop it. I mean, if knight f... Okay, he's just going to probably sack his rook for for my bishop, but it's pretty hopeless after king takes. If rook c2, d3, I mean, and then rook c1, bishop takes d2. Yeah, okay, this is just not going to work. But I mean, it's what I thought he was going to have to try. I'm threatening bishop takes knight in c5, basically. Then my 3 pawns. His only chance is to try to blockade with the knight, but the king's coming in. So, it's not going to happen. And I can stop his a pawn pretty easily. Just king e6, king d5. I mean, I don't know where he's going to put the knight right now. It's tricky. There's not too many good squares. I mean, I may have, if he doesn't go knight b3, maybe I can go b3 myself, but maybe I'll just forget about it and just walk my king in instead of like doing anything slightly risky. Because once my king shows up on d5 and c4, it's like, it's just the end. I mean, the position is basically resignable now, I think. Although I already told you don't talk like that, but okay. I mean, his only chance is the a pawn. I have 3 pass pawns. He has 1, like, and my king's just walking into the... My king's more active. Everything about it is winning. 15-second increment as well, so... Things are finally looking good for the home team. I should announce it. I mean, he's a FIDE master, this guy. It's just like, I'm going to announce him as such because it's stupid, you know? You shouldn't have to pay for a title. It's just dumb. So, I mean, his rating's qualified. So I'm going to list him as FIDE master because that's what he is. FIDE master title's so stupid that they make you pay for it. You know, like, what the hell kind of... FIDE is the most corrupt piece of garbage organization ever. I mean, they do a decent job. They do run, somehow, the World Chess organization, but Jesus, they're so corrupt. Nothing. What is this? I mean... It's hopeless. Hopeless move. I can take on d2. Rook takes c5. Rook c2. Let me calculate b3 just for fun. I mean, it's probably not the best. I mean, the thing is, bishop takes, rook takes c5, rook c2, rook c8, a6, king e6, a7, king d5. Game's over. I'm just gonna do it, I think. Just double checking. Boom, 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 boom. All right, whatever. Wait, let me just make sure. Bishop takes, rook takes c5, rook c2. Rook c8. a6. Now, first of all, I can play b3 there, and it's probably just winning instantly. All right, whatever. This is too easy. I don't even want to calculate anymore. Yeah, rook c2, rook c8 just ends the game. Because a6, b3, what the heck is he going to do to my pawns, you know? Oh, I finally played a good game. Oh my god. Because it's not only a day I win. I mean, assuming I win, I actually think I played well. It's a miracle. It didn't require some like weird accident that I didn't see coming. Like I actually played all solid good moves. I'm capable of doing that against a good chess player still. It's nice to know in a slowish time control. It's nice to know. Nice to know I still have it. Next game's against another FM. I have white, another young talented player. I have white in my last 2 games, actually. I mean, I think he might be thinking about resigning here. I don't know. It's not much, not much to do. I mean, I'm gonna go rook a8 next move. If he doesn't go rook c2, I'm gonna go rook a8 and take on a5, which also defends my c pawn. All right, rook a8 looks pretty sufficient. he may resign. Oh, he didn't resign, but I mean, I'm no longer going to spend much time here because it's totally over. Rook c3 after king. Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to go b3 and d3, rook c2, and all kinds of nice, pleasant moves. D3 next move, and then c4. Yeah, I mean, this is just autopilot. D3, c4, rook c2. He has no... Can't stop my moves. I don't even have to calculate. Just c4, rook c2, d2, b2, rook c1, make a queen. Oh, f-pawn coming. I mean, okay, everything wins. I'll do this. I think he's just messing around at this point. I'm pretty sure he knows he's going to lose. He's just kind of extending the game for some reason. Oh, he resigned. All right. I win, I guess. Wonder where it all went wrong for him. I mean, like... yeah, we're doing a little... Yeah, I mean, I know something went wrong for him there. As always, you know, feel free to read our chat and get a peek into our post-game analysis. He's not observing my game. Oh, there he goes. As always, at the end of the video, if you're done with the game, feel free to stop. It's just kind of like you can watch me talk to my opponent about the game. And, you know, I imagine some of you might find that interesting. But it's very hard for me to talk and type to him at the same time. But I do feel like it's important that when I play a game against somebody that there's like a post-mortem. So it's important that I respect that. I don't know. I don't know about this position, honestly. It feels okay for black to me. I mean, I don't see why white should have anything here. My pieces look better. I'm gonna check Houdini. I assume it says like plus. It's gonna like black. Let me see if knight c3. I could take this. I don't know. This looks pretty. I mean, so okay. This just looks like. It just seems like this position. Bishop a6 maybe. I may have knight f2 if rook e1. You know, I have this little stuff. I can't imagine that this is not working for me, for example. Oh. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's, I don't know. This a5 move. Huh. Yeah, I don't like this this d4 stuff. Oh, okay, hiding his prep. What do you mean? Normally you don't. But yeah, like somehow this game I just never had any problems, so that was good. I needed a win, man. So anyway, thanks everyone for watching. If you have any questions, leave them in the chat window. Oh wait, we're gonna still look. That's cool. I don't know. I don't know how much some people want to look after they lose, so I'm just gonna let him take the reins here. You know, maybe I thought bishop e2 might have been better. It still seemed okay for me. Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of like I made all the standard moves and my position was good. So I don't know. Oh, I expected bishop e3 actually. I kind of remember I expected this and then knight takes. Brain slipped, I guess. I'm just gonna do a quick Houdini check to see what it thinks. Yeah, thinks black's slightly better. Yeah, bishop on e5 also seemed normal. What did I do here? Queen e7 looked normal. During the game, I figured white was fine. He just thinks I'm normally better. So let me turn on my chess base actually. I'm just kind of curious about this. It's easier to analyze in chess base. Yeah, it says queen g4, and I was worried about this move because now if queen b4, I was kind of looking at stuff like this. But yeah, somehow this just didn't work out. Like the whole game, I was just better. Yeah, I just don't know about this a4 move. I hit Fritz back then. You know what I mean though? It's like a logic standpoint. In this position, I mean, a4 and a5, I gain b4. He doesn't really get anything back, so I think just logically it doesn't. And you notice how the b4 square, I used it multiple times during the game, and there was no way for him to go a3. Let me see if anyone's ever played this move. And it was just some 2390 with white, so I don't think it was a serious line. Anyway, I think I am going to end the video now. That rook e5 move pretty much, I mean, you kind of saw what happened. So, thanks everyone for watching, and I will see you next week. I should have another game then. Bye-bye.